Being a lawyer, I'd say the hardest part of my job, you want to have that glamorous job. And my job is the farthest thing from glamorous. Right after I got sworn in, I started at a law firm. I was working crazy hours because that's what newbie attorneys do. They do the grunt work at the law firms. And while I was there, we did insurance defense and family law. So after working at that law firm for a couple years, I ended up kind of making my way into having my own practice where I was doing guardianship law. Now, guardianship law is for people with disabilities where they can't make decisions for themselves. In the midst of their ability to communicate or lack thereof, I would get to determine what it was that they wanted, and also explaining and helping them understand what a guardianship was. And in this way, I really felt like I was getting to live out Micah 6:8 and stand up and bring justice to those who really can't speak for themselves. Through going out on my own, I ended up working part-time at Legal Aid. I work anywhere between 30 hours a week to about 18 hours a week, answering 2 different hotlines. This has probably been my favorite job that I've ever had because I really feel like I get to make a true difference in each individual's life. I'm talking to people in the midst of just where they feel at their lowest in the situation that they're facing, whether it's an eviction or a divorce or their child's been taken from them, and kind of help them see how the law works in their particular situation and really equip them with what their legal rights are in that situation. I just had a situation this past week of a lady who lived out of state, and her husband left her and had an affair and came to Texas and filed a divorce against her and really felt like her life had just ended. So I got to just not only equip her with explaining Texas law in a divorce, but I also got to just be with her in the midst of that pain and just really kind of encourage her and talk to her about how there is hope in the midst of this hard situation. I feel like I get to really bring hope to people that feel very hopeless. And sometimes I think people need to find hope through the law before they can even find hope through the Lord. I don't get to share the gospel with people most of the time on the telephones, but I do get to share that I'm praying for them. I think I can specifically glorify and worship God through my work by dedicating it to the Lord and saying, this job is yours and you've placed me here. I think I can also glorify God by treating my clients with utmost respect and doing the best job I can. Just as if He'd called me to the mission field, that would be my calling and my job. God's called me to the mission field as an attorney.